Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Dude View. I'm Robert.
I'm David.
And this is a show where we talk about stuff as we do stuff.
And the title of this one is not misleading. We're sticking to that formula. What are we talking about?
Batman.
What are we drawing?
Batman.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about first in relation to Batman? There's so many subjects when we talk about Batman.
Why don't we
so
talk
many different
about,
kinds of,
Yeah.
There's one subject, Batman, obviously. But
why not
we talk
about what our favorite rendition of Batman is? Like, what do you think?
Our favorite version of Batman?
Yeah, our favorite version of Batman.
A hole in my mouth. Sorry,
Everyone has a hole in their mouth. It's called their mouth.
I have another hole in my mouth.
Yeah, it's called your throat.
All right. I might just draw on you.
It's possible. I'm pasty.
Versions of Batman.
Yes.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite version of Batman?
Yes. Hold on. First of all, let's establish the versions of Batman. Let's talk about Batman, okay?
All right.
So we've got Adam West. These cinematic adaptations or comic or all of them? What do you think?
Everything.
Everything. Got the comic, you know what I mean? There's the classic comic where, like the blue and
Blue and
gray.
Blue, black, and gray. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was when it was recreated by I think Frank Miller, wasn't it in like '85 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Where that was when it got super dark, But let's just kind of generalize the comics, you know what I mean? Then we have the TV version, which with Adam West, of course, that classic Batman, totally off pitch. Anyway, there's that which I used to watch. I used to like it a lot. Until Tim Burton's Batman came out in 1989. I was sold. I liked that one. I liked kind of the darker take, you know what I mean? But compared to what we have now, those were nothing. And they were Tim Burton. He did 2 of them. And then Joel Schumacher did 4. I think he may have done the 3rd one too. I don't know. Maybe you guys can leave it in the comments. Like I said, we're not experts on anything. Anyway, so there's that one, and then there's my favorites of all time, the Chris Nolan Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And then there's the ones now, which
suck.
Enough said. So, who's your favorite?
My favorite?
Your
let's
favorite
not
Batman
forget.
out of all of them.
Let's not forget.
We'll split the comics into the silly, campy to the dark.
Yeah, let's not forget about the video game renditions too.
Mm-hmm.
The Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a couple more. I'm not sure what other Batman video games there were. All I know is the Arkham games, but I'm pretty sure that there were others as well.
Other Batman games?
Yeah, other Batman games.
What are you talking about?
Batman video
Yeah.
games.
Video games. Sorry, I'm looking for shades of blue. Yes. Video games. What other Batman video games were there?
I'm not sure. That's what I said. Leave it down in the comments. If
let's
we leave
see
anything
if
out.
we can. I mean, let's talk about everything because I'm even leaving out the original Batman movie way the heck back. I mean, it looked ridiculous. I saw footage of it. And then there was another one, which I think was a TV appearance. And both of these were black and white, and they came before the Adam West Batman.
That's
very interesting.
Wow.
I caught those on an episode of The Evolution of the Batsuit. I don't remember the YouTuber, but just look up The Evolution of the Batsuit. It was kind of neat. Anyway, they're all pretty... they're all kind of cool. If you're a sucker for Batman, like I am, I like Batman. He's easily my favorite superhero. And I'm not even really a guy who's into superheroes, but Batman's my favorite. If you like Batman, then you can probably get a little something out of all of them. Now, your favorite one?
My favorite one has to be the Arkham Knight Batman. Not the original suit you get in the first start of the game, but definitely the second suit that you get in the game.
Arkham Knight, huh?
Yeah, the V8, the version 8 Batman.
Arkham Knight, I mean, it's not bad. I just recently got to know that game.
Yeah.
Discovered it.
And it's really cool. I love that game.
It's a pretty strong one, isn't it? That's a good Batman in there. He's just like, I mean, just kind of the essence of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got to be dark. Bruce Wayne is loaded. He can easily live a life of excess and luxury. And he goes out every night, puts on a suit, and fights crime. So not only does that take a lot of control, but it also takes a pretty dark person. Somebody who's got a lot of issues down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that captures just kind of the depth. There's the severity of the character really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I mentioned before, my favorite Batman is very easily Christian Bale's version in the Dark Knight trilogy, written and directed by Christopher Nolan. The freshest thing I saw there. This is a terrible picture.
Don't worry, I don't think mine's any
so
better.
Bad. It's like so bad.
I don't think mine is any better, honestly.
It's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's got a certain style to it, I guess. Anyway, so one thing that was 100% original with Christian Bale's take on the character was kind of the playboy, free-spirited Bruce Wayne. He wasn't, for once in the entire history of Batman, as far as I know, he was not a just kind of a down-to-earth, focused, organized businessman who expertly runs his company. He was just a playboy. He swam in fountains with pretty women, and when the hotel staff complained about it, he stuck a check in his pocket and said, "I own this hotel now," and they had to leave him alone. So I've not seen that version. I had never seen that version of Bruce Wayne before then, and I thought it was just great. And I thought it also was an excellent contrast to the severity of Batman. I mean, because his Batman was a badass. Really a badass in all the right ways. You've seen Batman be campy as hell, Adam West. Oh, I'm off camera, kind of. And you've seen him be a badass, but he was not quite a badass like Christian Bale played him. I liked the voice too. I mean, because let's face it.
Oh yeah, that voice.
Somebody's always going to recognize Bruce Wayne's voice. If he is an iconic playboy like that, even the focused, organized Bruce Wayne, somebody's going to recognize his voice.
Going?
Yeah, I mean, and how else was he supposed to play it? Where are the other drugs going? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to dress up like a bat and you're going to fight crime, and you're going to go up against some of the most heinous criminals in the entire city. And you're going to talk like this? Hey there.
Oh
Mickey
no,
Mouse, dressed in a bat suit. Where are all the other drugs going? Anyway, but sorry, little tangent there. What were you going to say? What?
Oh God, this is goofy as hell. Well, I mean, I think.
Swear to me.
Okay,
Sorry.
Mickey Mouse, I'm sorry. I'm a bat. Oh, okay.
I think I'm done now. Unless I remember another line.
Where did the drugs going? Sounds like he needs to clear his throat.
I mean, he did that when he had to get loud, right? But a lot of the times it was almost a whisper.
Yeah.
Like when he was talking to, oh good God, Maggie Gyllenhaal / Katie Holmes. What was the character's name?
Rachel?
Rachel Dawes. I can't believe I forgot it. I gotta watch those movies again. Rachel Dawes, yeah. It was almost a whisper, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't super loud when he was talking to Jim Gordon either.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of when he was talking to like criminals and he had to get firm with them. That iconic and comical all at once voice came out.
It was quite comical. I laughed so hard.
It's kind of funny.
Swear to me.
Swear to me. Anyway, I can't find the right lip color.
Now, honestly, I love the rendition of Joker.
Yeah.
In that movie. The rendition of Joker in that movie just captured Joker perfectly. I mean, I know there's a bunch of fan theories out there about Joker being like a war veteran and stuff like that, but I could see where they're coming from when they say that, but at the same time, it's like, that's not what the Joker is. He broke out of Arkham, you know, and it even says that he broke out of Arkham.
Yeah.
But did he start as a war hero? And, I mean, that would explain the, the funeral scene and everything like that. But at the same time, like, it just doesn't add up. You know?
Yeah, when he broke out of
Like, why was he in Arkham in the first place?
Yeah. I totally forgot I hope.
Daredevil and Batman put together.
Oh, screw that jazz.
That would be...
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Maybe if they try to cross them, have like a crossover event, that'd be kind of cool. I'd like to see their attempt at that, a Batman and Daredevil crossover. Anyway, we're getting off topic. I think my favorite rendition of Batman is the Arkham Knight game. Because, I mean, it captured him perfectly, as you said. It did, it was an amazing Bruce Wayne and an amazing...
Arkham Knight, yeah.
Yeah, that was... I mean, just the Arkham series in itself, Bruce Wayne and Batman in himself in the Arkham series is amazing.
Yeah, let me borrow the black real quick. Alright.
Always taking my stuff.
Yeah, no, that wasn't bad. Now, let's rewind a little bit to the Adam West.
Okay.
Adam West Batman. That was honestly kind of fun. I mean, he wasn't super dark. He was always like, only standing for good. And, like, you saw Bruce Wayne in there sometimes. And he was just, usual Bruce Wayne, responsible, whatever,
Yeah.
Batman, though. Batman was so interesting to watch.
It was
just on
goofy.
A comedic level. Yeah, it was really campy. It's almost like everyone knew it was campy, too, and they just did it anyway. Now, here's something funny. When I was, 5 and 6 years old watching that show, just freaking out, it's Batman! I thought he was about as cool as it gets. I was like, that is Batman, and Batman is cool. The campiness was just, I didn't even know what campy meant. I didn't even know it was a thing. I just loved it. Until, of course, Tim Burton's version came out. Now, let's take a break from Batman himself. Let's talk about... hold on. I want to address one more thing before we take a break from Batman himself and talk about the villains. And we're at 13:26 right now, so we'll see if we can cap it off around the usual time. But let's talk about the Ben Affleck Batman right now.
Oh God.
I know. I don't like him either. I'm not a fan of those movies. I'm really not. If you are, all the power to you. I mean, really, not kidding. I know that,
you love that
my opinion's
show
my
or
opinion.
whatever.
It's not necessarily everybody's. But there was one thing, and I was just thinking about this earlier, actually, that I really, really, really liked. I thought it was fresh and just a totally original take on Batman. It wasn't the Batmobile. It wasn't the... Oh my God, the suit was terrible, in my opinion. Like I said before, I think it was kind of an old man in one of those Halloween suits with fake muscles. I thought it was just terrible.
Looked like he was trying
maybe
to
not
be
a super old man, but I mean, Ben Affleck's past 40, and that's the whole reason Christian Bale rejected playing Batman again for those movies, which could have been a good call if the writing were as subpar as it was,
Yeah.
Anyway, no, what I thought was amazing and dapper as hell was Bruce Wayne's wardrobe.
Yeah.
I mean, the vests, he was always in a suit and tie, and he kind of, they kind of decreased the business dress just went a little subtle with it. He had like a vest, and the shirt, and the tie. Just that vest though to me just made a world of difference. I just felt like he was. I mean, his wardrobe was the best in those movies, and that was literally it, in my opinion, as far as Batman is concerned in those movies. Now let's talk about the villains for a minute.
All right. So my favorite villain out of the entire series goes to Joker. I mean that's probably most people's universal thought. Batman's arch nemesis. Obviously, it's Joker, but he has so many more, like Killer Croc and Scarecrow, and some of them the movies don't even address. The movies just don't address them. Like, what's his name? There was one.
Killer Croc.
Yeah, there's. Killer
So you
Croc.
like Joker, but then Killer Croc was a favorite also.
No, it's.
Sorry, I'm
he has
concentrating on them.
Yeah, he has so many more nemesis than the movies will portray.
Okay.
They have always interrupting.
You have like the only black in this huge box.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Anyway, but he has so many more that I think should be in the movies.
A lot of villains that aren't in the movie. Yeah, you're right. A lot of them.
I mean, yeah, we had Poison Ivy, we had Catwoman, even though she didn't go as Catwoman
I always
in
thought
the movie.
Man-Bat would be an interesting one. You know what I mean?
Man-Bat?
Man-Bat.
Oh, yeah, he's more
right?
bat than man?
Yeah, it was kind of the opposite. It was like a gigantic bat that kind of dressed up as a man or something like. It was a gigantic bat. He was an actual bat, whereas Batman is like a man who dresses up as a bat.
No, he's
Man-Bat
actually in the
bat.
Arkham games.
And he... Oh, so you've seen him?
Yeah, Man-Bat is
Man-Bat.
in the Arkham games.
Okay. I've always thought that would be kind of cool on screen. No, but my favorite character, my favorite villain of all time is I think it's the Penguin. I mean,
the Penguin.
Just because there's so much untapped potential. Now, Batman Returns, I loved the Penguin in that. I thought he was just, God, he was just sickening. I mean, he just so dark and like when he bit the guy's nose, it was neat. I think Danny DeVito played that role expertly. I mean, he wasn't like your usual dark and brooding and evil like supervillain. He had kind of a personality, but just the misery that he exuded, I just thought it was really cool. And another reason I like the Penguin is because there's so much, like I said, just so much untapped potential. Can you imagine if like Christopher Nolan had decided to make the Penguin an enemy?
Yeah.
How cool that would have been. Anyway, I
like his, how they would want to.
I like his story, and I kind of like just his persona. I think it's really neat. He's almost like the anti-Bruce Wayne. He's traditionally always dressed nice, and he's always presented kind of as a businessman, but he was like deformed and not attractive.
How do you think they would have portrayed him in the movies?
Oh man, I have no idea. I kind of liked how they portrayed him in Arkham City, I think.
Arkham Knight is the one that you saw.
No, there's one that I saw on YouTube. It played like a movie. It was somebody actually just playing the game, and I was just watching them play it.
Oh, Arkham
City. They got through the whole game. That was pretty good. It was kind of like this shortish kind of dwarf, under like crime boss, That was kind of cool. That something similar to that, I'm sure, was what Chris Nolan would have done. But now, let's talk about on screen. What's your favorite one, Joker?
Yeah, definitely Joker. And it's only, I think, what's his name? The guy, the Joker in Chris Nolan's Batman.
Oh heck yeah, Heath Ledger.
Yes, Heath Ledger. That's probably the only reason
awesome.
why I like Joker is because he portrayed him so well. And the fact is, I mean, Joker, you're talking about how Penguin was all tortured and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the pain that he went through. But think about Joker. I mean, he fell in a vat of acid, turning his skin white. And then that made him go insane. And
yeah, in the one with the Tim Burton one, yeah.
Yeah,
God,
but at the same time, he went and I mean, I don't know. I just think Joker is a really, really cool Batman God, my mind goes blank all the time.
When you're drawing.
Yeah, right?
Oh, jeez, 2 different blues. This is terrible. First, I used the wrong blue anyway. All right, whatever. This is a bad one. Yeah, Jack Nicholson played Joker in that one, and it was he did a good job. Played the Joker in the Tim Burton version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so my favorite on-screen villain, and this is probably going to be heresy, but I don't care. Heath Ledger did a phenomenal job. I thought it was amazing. Hands down, he's the best on-screen Joker over Jack Nicholson, even though Jack Nicholson was still pretty good. But my favorite villain on screen, I have to give it to Bane.
Bane.
I have to give it to Bane.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that character. One thing that was particularly terrifying, in my opinion, with Bane was that not only was he extremely strong, but you know, and he could fight. You know, I mean, he could whoop ass better than any UFC fighter. You know, but he was intelligent. He was eloquent, and despite that wonderful brain, he was evil as hell. And he made it sound like it was his duty, like he was doing something good by destroying Gotham.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just terrifying. I loved seeing Batman get his ass kicked. I mean, they had done it in the comics before, but I don't think nobody had attacked it on screen like that before. And I was like equal parts excited and like horrified. And I heard Tom Hardy talking about that, and he said he used this energy. He was like heartbroken when he was killing Batman, or like not killing him, you know, but he used that energy in that he used all that bad energy in that scene to film it as best as to shoot, you know, to act it as best as he could.
Yeah.
That was cool as heck. I like that. I could go on for a very long time, but we're already at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
22 minutes.
So in a few seconds, we'll flip our pages and you guys let us know in the comments who did the best Batman.
I'm leaving my initials because as terrible as this is, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Not yet.
Holy
I just gotta finish.
God, I shouldn't even. Wow. Let me show mine first because yours is clearly better. Let me see that real quick. Dude. Seriously, where'd you learn to draw like that?
Mom. Mainly.
Wow. Yeah, she's pretty talented. We ready? So what we're figuring is my Batman represents the campy, kind of old school, maybe comic-y Batman. Probably some Adam West in there. Maybe not. I don't know.
There we go.
All right, stop. So this is the campy old school Batman. This one's mine. Stop. Actually, the face was a little stronger on the other side, and the blue was better, but it wasn't. Yeah, I forgot the eye holes. Maybe the blue sucked. It looks purple from here. Now let's see yours. Yeah. I think we have a clear winner, right? Got to give it to Rob. All right, well, we're done because this has already gone on for 23 minutes.
All right. Well, anyway, like and subscribe.
Bell thingy, blah, blah, blah. Laters.